This is going to be a long commentary as we have a huge episode of admin work as we prepare the My Team Season 2 Prologue on F1 25. Now we're going to begin the episode, guys, closing out Season 1 post Abu Dhabi, the final race of the season. Now if you didn't see it, go check it out, link in the top right, guys. A very fun last race, to be fair, and lots of battles and a bit of strategy coming into play, which was really good to see. Now, let's talk about a few things as we have some updates heading into this one.
Boss, we need your attention on something, please.
Now, before we jump into this event, I mentioned before the previous episode, Abu Dhabi, link in the top right. I'm also going to plug the video I did yesterday where basically I gave my thoughts, the good, the bad, and what could be improved on my team based off Season 1 and my experience so far. So if you guys want to watch that, check it out. Also link in the top right as we delve into this department event. Now to be fair, this one's quite simple. Tree planting initiative. If we take part, we have to pay 50 grand. If we decline it, then it's possible it may affect our image. Now, 50k for us is peanuts. It's a drop in the ocean, so we'll go ahead and participate, get that done, and yeah, try hopefully improve our image to the world as we are gonna depart and jump into activities. Now I want to run these in pretty much real time. Now the first thing we're going to do here is a recruitment drive on corporate, and then we're going to do one on personnel. I want to improve and gain more staff in those departments. Also, we're going to do a focus session, one for research and one for development, because again we have that regulation change on the way. So specifically on the aero and the powertrain, which is also what we're going to do here for the personnel, we're going to do a focus session as well, just to make sure we're locked in. So we're going to make sure we attack and approach this reg change the best way possible. In terms of corporate, I had a little look, and in the end we are going to go for basically a bit more investment. I'm looking for cash and also a bit more fan rating as well. So with that out of the way, we haven't actually addressed this in a while. So my fan rating tab, as you can see, we've had it like this for a little while now. We've had some good sentiment, some bad sentiment. Right now we have the bonus of secondary sponsor income, but we have climbed to 5th in the charts. We was 8th not too long ago, literally about 5 races ago. But the moment we hit level 4, combined with our green level sentiment, we've leapfrogged Williams, Aston Martin and Alpine, so we have become a very attractive team for other drivers. Now we also received an accolade here in terms of the fan rating, and also seasons completed is the one specifically it's referring to, a 1 of 1. You can see we have different tiers that we've already completed on the accolades, and the one on the far right, seasons completed, we've done tier 1, so now tier 2 would be complete Season 2. Still yet to get the top 3 in constructors finishes. You never know, that could be this upcoming season. But we're going to jump into some developments. Now we've cleared our aero, we've cleared the chassis, but we still have some work to do on the powertrain. So we have 1 day left on a set of rotors to be protected. We're going to go ahead and actually work on a new upgrade. I'm going to go for a cheap one, the intercooler. So if we lose it, it's the cheapest of the bunch. This is for engine power. And my thinking here is I can hopefully get the next rotor speed underway once the one that's currently ongoing finishes, and we can also potentially get those other upgrades for the intercooler done and down the line as well. We take care of our gearbox upgrades as well. Now with that done, we're going to move literally on by a day on the timeline, just enough because we've now cleared the rotor speed protection from the powertrain, so we can now do that second unit and get that on the way. So yeah, that's going to be cooking away in the background, and we have still quite a few more parts to protect. I will say one thing very important: if we can't protect them, I hope and I believe and I assume those research projects will just simply carry into next season, so we can do them then. Now we receive wind tunnel improvements and research expansion for the chassis on facility improvements for engineering. We're going to add some more to that. Now the first one that's going to be on the agenda today, if we scroll up, I think a bit further down, there's going to be one that's actually perfect for us right now. I believe it's going to be the durability breakthrough, because we have maxed out the reliability upgrades. We have no more to make. We're locked in terms of progress. So we're going to basically unlock the next tier of durability updates. Also, we're going to pair that with expanded production roles, which basically unlocks a new development focus activity for our engineering facility. So we do move ahead and we do get some updates regarding that previous corporate facility department event.
Good news on this one, boss.
Now we receive a training point, which is very good. We'll quickly address that after this, but for now, here is the fallout from planting some trees. We gain 2 green arrows of fan rating, which is very, very well welcomed indeed, and I'm very happy with that one. Now, we're going to quickly apply this training point. Now, to be fair, we've got quite a few good options available, and I want to try and keep these balanced, but also do things that are appropriate and productive for us. Now, I was a bit stuck in terms of what would be the best place to allocate this point, and in the end I actually ended up going for quite a basic one with eyes on next season, and it's going to be the communication style, which is basically going to hopefully aid meetings, negotiations with possible new drivers. Now that's me thinking ahead, because Hulkenberg is pushing 40 and Colapinto isn't the highest rated driver. Now, we weren't able to apply the training for that owner point in the activity timeline, so we have to wait until after the season ends to apply that. In the meantime, we received the engine cover, and that's big because we're making a push to try and work on some weight reduction upgrades, because that is what the AI are so quick with. Now we're going to do some research, and these are with eyes on next season. So we're going to go ahead and work on 2 research projects at once on the car, again with eyes for next season's car. My plan is to research them now and develop them at the start straight away once we enter next season, so we don't lose these on the regulation change. So with that out of the way, we move into development. We can now develop this engine cover with the weight reduction to try and improve our car for next season and be more competitive in acceleration and corner exits versus the AI, because that's where they're so strong, and it's absolutely insane. We move on a few more days on the timeline here, and you can see we're getting activities and things done, and we do have our last set of updates. Now on the engineering, we do receive the expanded production roles for development, so we're going to have to get another facility improvement on the go. We've got a slot currently free, and for this one we're going to go for the on-track instrumentation. Yes, we do. So extra 30 points, resource points should I say, per practice program completed. And are we going to delve into a few more updates? Yes, we are. So we're going to development, and we're going to now address the powertrain. So you can see we now have the intercooler, so we're going to adopt these parts. Now hopefully we can get them both done. It says 2 days remaining because the season's ending in 2 days, so hopefully we can protect those. Either way, there's going to be 3 upgrades left on the back burner as we close out season 1. So before we jump into the new season, let's quickly recap and also see what the fallout is in terms of cash payouts, because that's what we care about. So X4MIG pay up big time. We achieve our goal of being 10th or better in the Constructors' Championship, and we bag ourselves $21 million, and we add that to our pot. We're currently sitting at over $30 million, which is absolutely bonkers. Fan rating is looking great. This has kind of been like this now for a little while. We basically have, a one single up icon. We have the secondary sponsor income, and in terms of feedback from the sentiment, the fans, there's always been one positive, one negative, because the second car never gets any points, never finishes in the top 10. You can see we are basically $80 million under cost cap budget. So we are, again, cooking on all fronts economically. We really are, and that's really, really good. Stats, 3 wins, a pole position. I would also add a sprint win, which I'm not sure if that's included here. 183 championship points, P5 in the Constructors, 4 accolades, level 4 fan rating, and a +1 on sentiment. You can see in terms of the final results in a bit more detail, Solov got 2 wins, Jarno got 1, and there was also a sprint win at Belgium as well. So yeah, overall the sprints didn't go that well. They were definitely a bit of an issue for us in this season, but the main races went well, and that's what matters. Also a podium there for Solov in, I believe, Singapore as well. So yeah, a very good season, better than I thought. Both drivers in the top 10 in the championship and also P5 in the constructors. We beat all of our rivals and we of course have now been paid very nicely. So let's talk about season 2 a little bit and a few of the changes. Now the first one, the team is going to be renamed. It's no longer 97 Racing F1 team. We're now well into this partnership with X-Formig and they are a title partner. So we're going to treat them as such and show them that courtesy. So we are now going to be known moving forward as X-Formig 97 Racing, which I think also feels a bit more professional, looks a bit nicer, and, you know, feels a bit more like an F1 team sort of name. So yeah, very happy with that. Elsewhere, a few more updates we have to address. The power unit. Our drivers are signed. Hulkenberg, Colapinto. We have our title sponsor locked in, and we have 50 million on the balance to burn. Now, with the regulation change, Mercedes, who were our previous power unit supplier, are actually still strong. They're actually, I believe, stronger. I think Ferrari were the strongest one, but now Mercedes are number one yet again. So we are going to re-sign with the German manufacturer, and we're going to have them supply power units to us once again. Now, more updates. Myself, the driver owner, I recently had a haircut, as you saw in my video yesterday, so I've given myself a fresh look. Also for the team, we now have a black set of team overalls, which look really, really nice. And to go with that also, we have a few other tweaks, which I'll talk about in just a bit. But first off, the calendar. The calendar. Yes, we're doing it. All 3 reverse races are going to be in Season 2, but I've had to make space. And how have I done that? I have removed Monaco, I've removed Singapore, and I have removed Spa. I'm not happy about removing Spa, but the reasons I've done that is because the AI are too easy. Simply put, they are too slow around these 3 tracks. And I want a bit more of a challenge, especially because our car's getting better, our drivers are getting faster. I'm looking to compensate, so we are going to make things a bit more complex. So yes, double header Austria, double header Silverstone, double header Netherlands, reverse tracks all the way in Season 2. And we have some more updates. The livery. Now, this is what we had in the store, and it's going to be the base for our car, but I've tweaked it. Now, what I've done with this, I've actually modded the livery 50-50. It's actually compatible in-game, but it's still the same livery from the store. I've coloured it in my own colours, and I've also done the paint finishes. All I've done is basically added a few of my personal logos and channel sponsors along the car, and also mainly on the carbon fibre, which you can't edit in-game. So you can see on the barge board, we've got Sim Racing Center with the blue highlights looking very nice. The halo as well on the inside is a bit more customized. I've added my team logo and my personal logo onto the car. You can see on the tip of the nose there, my channel logo. Also on the halo as well, we have that shown. And yeah, really, really lovely. On the inside of the front wing, you can see Next Level Racing, my rig partner as well, on their Fanatec, on the suspension arms. It's those little things which make a livery look really professional. Also on the rear wing, we've added the weight flexi FIA detection points to make sure we're compliant with the rules. And I've also modified the wheel covers a little bit, along with a few other details, like for example the FIA logos on the back end of the engine cover. Also there's a small one on the front wing, and also look at the brake light. We've got Next Level Racing, Sim Racing Center on the inside of the rear wing as well, just making the car look the part. And F1 cars, I love it when they're a bit crazy and a bit chaotic with lots of sponsors, and I really think this ticks the boxes, guys. So we've got a lovely matte and gloss combo paint finish with some satin on the halo. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, as we're going to end our talks with Liam Lawson.
Alright, we've cooled our interest for now and let them know we're looking into other targets. They took it as well as can be expected. I'm sure they'll find a good drive soon. I suspect if you want to pick talks back up with them, we'll be starting on the back foot now.
Now, the reason I've done that is because Liam has actually signed for Williams. So let's talk about the driver transfers for this season. Pierre Gasly at Alpine is partnered with Jack Doohan, so no change for the French outfit. We then go to Aston Martin. Lance Stroll. Alongside who? Alonso retired. Who replaces him? Out of anyone, Esteban Ocon. Absolutely insane. I love that has happened already. But of course, Ocon was at Haas. So who's replacing Ocon? Jack Crawford from F2, which is also insane. He's going to be alongside Ollie Behrman. And of course, we signed Nico Hülkenberg. So who is going to replace him alongside Bortoleto? The answer, you'd be surprised. Jose Maria Marti from, I believe, the Red Bull Driver Academy. So in this career save, youth is the way things are going. Young, up-and-coming drivers are getting signed because there's more. McLaren and Mercedes retain their driver lineups. Also, same story for Red Bull, same story for Ferrari. So the big four are going to keep their lineups intact. So the big question is VCARB and Williams. Now, as we know, Liam Lawson switched from VCARB to Williams. So who is going to be alongside Isaac Hadjar? None other than Paul Aron. Again, youth movement in F1 2026. And we have more. Lawson at Williams, surely alongside Carlos Sainz, right? Well, no. Actually, I can't believe it. Alex Albon and Liam Lawson is the Williams lineup, which means Hülkenberg and Colapinto are our drivers. Therefore, in a shocking twist, Carlos Sainz has no team. He's a free agent. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Williams have dropped Carlos Sainz after a season, 92 rated driver, and nobody wanted him. Younger drivers were preferred. So I'm not even going to lie, guys. We signed Hülkenberg, we signed Colapinto, but best believe we are going to be having a couple of chats with Carlos Sainz because he is going to be the hottest free agent going by far this season. It doesn't matter now what other bombshells may happen. This is huge. A 92 rated driver in game being a free agent is bonkers. So yeah, if I can sign him up, I will gladly do that. So guys, comment your thoughts down below. We've got plenty of cash to burn, so now would be the time to do so. Now quickly, I want to address something. I have driver icons on, but I have them off in terms of other teams recruiting them. The reason for that is because at the beginning of this My Team Season 1, I accidentally left Ayrton Senna on. I meant to turn the retired or, older drivers off, and I left one on, and I don't want the AI signing Ayrton Senna because I want to try and keep this somewhat realistic. So unfortunately, that does mean I've basically turned the AI signing icons off. Therefore, Nikola Solov and Jarno Opmeer will not return because of the Senna mistake, and I can't change it. It seems like it's a thing where you're locked in. So that's a shame. I would love to have seen Solov or your Opmeer get picked up by another team, but alas. Small thing to note there. As we delve into our activities for the new season, now straight away we're going to do some owner training for that training point we did before, and we're also going to have a browse because we've got some other new activities, longer term activities to do, which you don't usually get the chance to, get on the activity tab because the break is quite long. And in the end, I'm going to do some owner self-reflection. Again, a bit of criticism and being honest. Also, we're going to do a team conference to try and also, present the new drivers, the new livery, the new team. And yeah, I think that's going to work quite well. In terms of engineering, this one's more interesting. We normally have blitz sessions, but we now have calibration for the 4 departments, which is actually quite interesting. Now, for this one, I thought long and hard, but in the end, I went for some powertrain calibration, of course, because we've got that backlog of upgrades left to do. And we're going to pair that also with, I believe, a focus activity. In the end, we go for development, and we can't fit any more on those last couple of days, so we're going to scroll over to personnel. This one also quite interesting because, again, 2 new drivers. You want to try and improve their perception, their focus. You want to make them appealing. Now, for this one, pretty simple driver training camp. We're also going to do a private test session, and yeah, we're going to pair that also with just trying to improve their perception, their focus, and making sure they're razor sharp for the start of the season. Now for this one on the corporate, the last one, we are going to do a pre-season gala, or kickoff gala to be specific, for the sponsors. Then we're also going to pair that with a driver media tour, just focusing.
Hey Chief, we have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
We were focusing on, secondary sponsor attraction. Now, one thing here that has continued from last season is we have a 90% resource modifier active. We used to have 115, so we have dropped to 90, and that has stayed at 90, finishing 5th in the constructors. Now you can see we've received the research that we done last season, so we can now do another project, and we're going to pair that also, you can see, with some more research that has carried over from season 1 from the engine, so we can go ahead and also work on that as well. Now I'm not going to go for more engine because we've got a big backlog, so I'm going to work again on that weight reduction. So the rear floor under tray is going to be where we're going to focus our efforts on research for the chassis. But now we're going to leave this alone and we're going to delve into development, because again we've got those research projects completed and that backlog from season 1. So you can see we've lost a couple of upgrades from season 1. I'm not sure which error updates we lost because I thought we protected everything, so I'm not sure how we've lost 2 parts there. But either way, we're going to develop straight away side pod profile, dual development before Australia round 1, which is huge, and we're going to do the rear wing main plane. Both of these, if they don't fail, will be on the car for the opening round, so a huge double upgrade already. Engine cover has been completed as well, so weight reduction onto the car right away, and we're now going to work on this backlog of research projects from season 1, starting out with energy store. The reason I'm doing that is because you only have 2 energy stores all season long, so I want to improve that. Also, intercooler for engine power, that didn't arrive in time, so we're going to have to repurchase that from the back end of season 1. And yeah, gearbox reliability also complete as well, so a very strong package of upgrades already. Also receiving 4 from our supplier Mercedes straight away off the reg change as we skip ahead once again on the timeline.
Hey Chief, we've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Now, let's have a look and see what exactly that might be. Now, we have received on engineering the durability breakthrough, so we now have the next tier of durability upgrades to hopefully work on, and we have got 6 days left on track instrumentation. So we're going to go ahead and do another one, and it's going to be... Is it going to be a real-world application group? Yes, it is. So $10,000 each time that we successfully research an upgrade. So that's a short one, 12-day turnaround. On personnel, we have a clear canvas. So we're going to start out with a couple of upgrades here as well. Now, the first one is going to be payroll benefits restructured to reduce, I believe, costs by 10%. And we're going to pair that with some driver evolution. We're going to go for the pace stat 2 out of 3 to try and improve again our driver's pace, both Colapinto and Hulkenberg, on the weekends that I'm not actually racing as them. So yeah, those two will take care of themselves as we move ahead once again on the timeline, getting closer and closer to round 1 in Australia. For this one though, we are going to skip ahead by quite a few more days.
A sponsor is interested in backing our team.
Well, that's a nice surprise. A bit more cash flow, another sponsor. Don't mind if I do, and it's one that I love. AI, or in this case, according to the game, it's all. I've always called it AI, and I think AI is more relevant to what we're seeing nowadays. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and replace quite a few sponsors on our livery that I just showed you and get all fitted very nicely. Again, it sounds weird saying all, so I'm going to say AI. It sounds better and it also looks better. So we're going to put it on the halo. We're going to also whack it on the mirrors as well, replacing quite a few of the Savant logos. Also on the side of the nose, bringing that up to the highest part so it's visible. I love how busy the car is now with sponsors everywhere. It really fits in, with just current Formula One. Also on the nose, we're going to remove one of the X Formig logos and actually put it, as you can see, across the X on the nose as well. And yeah, I can't wait to unlock that next design, the kind of blue with the white outline. That will look really sexy on our car. And then finally, front wing end plates. We're going to replace, I believe, aperture on there and get AI on there. And we're also going to just readjust the X-Forming logo as well. So again, more adjustments, more cash flow, but car looking beautiful. As we once again move ahead on the timeline, quite a few things getting done, and we're getting closer now to round 1 more than ever.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Now basically it's the same theme. We have more facilities done, more upgrades complete. Now I've also changed my owner avatar a bit closer to my current haircut, as I mentioned before, and I think this looks a lot better. Here is the accolades. Now we have just received total workforce, I believe, tier 2. So we're now working our way up to tier 3, which is insane. We have to get another 250 staff, but still we've just unlocked that. That will also improve our fan rating. We also receive on-track instrumentation on the facility improvements on the engineering, so we're going to go ahead and do some more. For this one, we've got pretty advanced ones available, but we are going to go for, is it going to be improved computer systems? Yes, it is. So we're going to increase, I believe, our resource points by 4% in the engineering facility. So yeah, we'll take that. And we now delve into more of those upgrades. Now on the research, the rear floor under tray has arrived. So we're going to go straight in and develop that as well for the weight reduction. That will arrive before round 2 at the Chinese Grand Prix. So not for round 1. Either way, working on more upgrades, which is great. So with that done out the way, we've also received the intercooler, but one of them has failed. So we're going to have to basically repurchase it. Now my plan here, I want to work on some more upgrades. We're going to go for fuel technology to try and improve the efficiency of the car. That will be on before China, and we'll get the intercooler at a later date. On corporate, we received sponsor negotiation team level 2, so we now have a slot free, and we're going to do another facility improvement. Now for this one, we are running out. We've only got, I think, 5 left, 2 in phase 1 and I think 3 in phase 2. We're going to go for the outreach group to improve secondary sponsor discovery by 50%, which is bonkers. Like, we're going to start getting secondary sponsors just flying through the front door. Anyway, moving ahead once again on the timeline, getting more facilities upgraded, more upgrades done, more activities done. We've also been more productive.
Unfortunately, it looks like a part we were developing has failed. I'm sorry to say we will need to revisit the development area and redevelop it. Sorry, Chief.
And that's what I mean by less productive. We had a failure, which wasn't ideal. We again receive real-world application group on engineering. We're really, producing serious improvements to our facilities here, which I love. And we're going to do, yet again, one more. For this one, there was a really tasty one that I saw, and it's the CAD software upgrade, which basically engineering is going to be aided by reducing the cost of research and development on all upgrades by 5%, which is really good. Development wise, look at this. 3 upgrades, but 1 failed, hence before the message about the staff being less productive. We unfortunately had a failure, so one of the side pods will arrive after Australia. We're going to work on a new DRS mechanism as well, and that will be on the car for round 3 in Japan. And yeah, we're now going to repurchase that intercooler, which will be on the car for round 2. So we already have, I think, 3 upgrades cooking away for the Chinese Grand Prix. Now, at principle, at start here, we're going to apply the upgrades to Colapinto. He's a slower driver on paper. We're going to be racing as Hulkenberg in round 1, so we'll do that for now. You can see the difference between the 2 cars here. Hulkenberg a little bit further behind, but no big deal. Now, with that out the way, we've received another owner training point, and for this one there was only one to go for, and it was hands-on leader. Reduced time taken to develop upgrades by 15%. That's pretty tasty. We're going to go to the activities tab, but we don't have enough time to apply it, so we're going to have to do that after round 1 in Australia. So here is the state of play heading into the opener. Our drivers are very close, but both are more or less in that kind of pack. We're just behind Aston Martin, just ahead of Alpine. Important to note, Red Bull took a tumble in the off-season. Red Bull and VE car both tumbled and lost momentum. Mercedes now are number 1 with that power unit in 2026. They're looking the favourites. Ferrari climb, McLaren also recover. But yeah, that is the state of play heading into round 1 in Australia, guys. So a lot to get through, 30 minutes of admin. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts on the delivery down below, and also the driver lineups for this season. Like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys soon for round 1 in Australia. Until then, take care. As always, a massive shout out to the channel members. Check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys down under for round 1 very soon. Ciao, ciao.